Awesome, awesome. Well, hey everybody, how's it all going?
Great.
Great, great. Well, hey, just we'll kind of just get this going here. And do you want to do some mortgage stuff for us and kind of just help us, keep us abreast here? Lots of changes going on.
Absolutely. I would love to. All right. So this is going to be an interesting week. To kick off, we've got a potential government shutdown coming on Wednesday, and we have a highly anticipated jobs report that's supposed to come out Friday. But if the government's shut down, we won't get that. So it's going to be an interesting week when it comes to mortgage rates, but I expect things to be fairly flat moving forward, at least this week. I wanted to take a couple quick seconds to talk about our buy now, sell later program real quick. It's gaining a ton of traction. As we talk about a seller that wants to be a buyer and writing a non-contingent offer, there's really two inherent problems with trying to go non-contingent. One is they may need cash from their current sale, which generally speaking, everybody says, oh, bridge loan. Well, that is an avenue to get cash from their current home. But the bigger problem there is in most cases, trying to go non-contingent, people need to qualify for their current home, the bridge loan, and their new home. Our buy now, sell later program solves both of those problems. So if you have a situation, think about somebody who says they want to sell, they want to buy. Most times as an agent, you push them to get their house ready for sale, get them listed, and generally say, hey, you got to be in contract at least for us to go write a fairly decent contingent offer on a property. And what happens in those cases a lot of times, especially with limited inventory, is buyers tend to settle for something that may not be their dream home, but they may settle because they're under the gun to go find something. So our program eliminates that. You can flip the script on a lot of agents on a listing appointment too. If you have somebody who's very hesitant about wanting to list, go through that whole process, have people traipsing through their homes without actually finding the house that they want. You can turn it around and go find the house that they want first. They don't even have to be listed for sale. Write a non-contingent offer, get them in escrow, then list their house potentially. So what it does for you, it secures the buy, but it also really secures their sale because they're already buying a new house. You're guaranteed to get that listing. And it also puts them in a position where they need to be realistic about the sales price, and it helps you sell that home faster. So if you guys have any questions on that, I would love one-on-ones. I know Sid, you and I messaged back and forth a couple of weeks ago, but certainly if you guys want more details and how it works, it is by far the best buy now, sell later program out there, and it's the least expensive of all of them. In some cases, it could be zero cost.
Yes, yes. Thank you. It's always good. I know as an agent, you have to be up to speed. It really helps if you're up to speed. That's why people will hire you compared to somebody else.
Absolutely.
So just keep yourself educated, get to know your lending partners, make sure you understand enough about those products to set up an introductory meeting. You do not need to be the expert, but just set up that introductory call and let that lending partner explain the program in more detail. But boy, I tell you, that is how I've gotten a lot of deals in doing these buy now, sell now programs. It's helped me to win listings. And if you think about it, you've just doubled your income as an agent because you not only got the buy part, but also, be helping them with the sell. So definitely keep that in mind. Keep yourself sharp and on your toes. That'll really, really help you to grow. Well, awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen today. And my name is Sid Smith. And let me get this button going here. And of course, it's the button's blocked. There we go. All right, everybody. Hey, super excited today. It is Monday. And we are here at the Winner Circle. And I just wanted to talk about an issue right now. The market's different, right? We've some of us been around the block. We've seen markets like this before. You got sellers that have high expectations. They still think it's 2 years ago. You've got buyers that are like, really sometimes fighting just to get into a home. And so you as an agent, how do you bust through those mental barriers to get icon? And so I know a lot of agents think that icon's impossible, and I want to tell you that's not true. And so I want to show you some of the mental things that I do to help me bust through. And I just want to encourage you because every single person here on the call very easily can be an icon. There is nothing holding you back from getting to icon status. Some agents and so many of the other brokerages, we're stuck on the thing, oh, I've capped. Great. Well, I'm going to show you some strategies and tactics that have helped us to get to icon. Oh, come on, Betsy. And of course, I've got a chat box blocking my screen. Sorry, folks. There we go. So when I joined eXp, I want to give you a bit of my backstory. We were with another great brokerage, and my first deals in my first year in real estate, I did 7 deals. And I was so frustrated because my wife did 25. And I am extremely competitive and Mr. Ego. And I was one of Tony Robbins' vice presidents for his website division, so I had all the ego and the Mr. Macho and everything like that. And my wife, man, I tell you, she's killing it. And I'm like so proud of her. But I had to redesign my thinking for me. I had to redesign my thinking on, what we can do. I was always did very well on the corporate side, but on the real estate side, I was like, hey, what's the difference here? And I still did good. I mean, the average agents do about 7 deals. And when I joined eXp, I thought, icon, that is impossible. How in the world can a solo agent, or get to that icon level? But I want to tell you that it is not impossible. And I've only been licensed 5 years. And our first year, we missed it by like 1 transaction. So you can do this. And it's with the coaching and mentoring that I've had that has helped me to bust through those mental hiccups, those mental barriers that we have. And so here's all the things that every single one of you can struggle with. One of them is I'm not good enough. Another one is, hey, I am not a sexy real estate HGTV star. I'm Sid. There's no way I could do that. These are all the mental things that you have to fight off, believe in yourself, and push through. And so for us, after we capped and we started growing, what we did is we made it a game. Like, hey, let's get to this icon thing. Like let's do this. I think it's actually possible. And so we started busting and pushing ourselves through those barriers and everything like that to get to that level, which again, at the time when I joined, icon is impossible. Well, it's not. How do you get to icon? After you've capped at eXp, many of you know this. I'm not going to go into great detail on this, but after you've capped, then you need to do 20 additional transactions in that year. And this is the part that I really want this to be interactive and ask questions. So it's basically cap plus 20-ish, or basically in simple English, it's cap plus $5,000 in revenue. And so I'm going to show you some of the tactics that I did to kind of inch our way towards getting to icon, which I'm surprised, but only 3% of the agents within eXp actually get to that status. But you can do it, and attitude is totally everything. You have to understand in the mental game, after you've capped, you are now earning 20% more. So many agents like, yeah, I'm just going to cap, and then I'm just going to kind of cruise the rest of the year. Well, if you think about it, cap as fast as you possibly can, because every single other deal after that is 20%, right? And we're independent contractors, and we need that funding. That's what keeps our business going. So every single time we're trying to cap as fast as we possibly can so that we could, take advantage of that. And then we move forward from there. But how do you get there? How in the world do you actually get there? I just want to say that attitude is everything. Do you know that you're partnered with the largest single brokerage in North America? We're doing 45,000 transactions per month. Do you know that you are not just part of the Winner Circle now, but you're part of a winning team, a winning brokerage that were consistently profitable? This is the tough season. But you know what? Your attitude is everything. We're moving in the right direction. You are backed by an incredibly resource abundant brokerage to help you get the job done. You are worth it when you're competing against another agent on a listing. And attitude is everything. I can't tell you how many times I've met clients and they're like, wow, you're really smart. Here, I got 5 other properties. Can you list those for me? It's just people need to feel comfortable with you. Don't try to be a TV real estate rock star. Be yourself. I gave up on that a couple years ago. I'm just going to be me, but I'm worth it. And you know what? You're worth it because you're with the best brokerage there is. I want to share some of the tactics that I did after we capped. Go to events. Go to the events. Go to Cabo, go to the build events, go to the regional rallies. Why? You know what? Sid gets referrals from those events. And you know what? After you've capped and you got that, basically 20 additional transactions, I get deals from those events. I meet people, become a resource, and then through that, they're like, hey, I remember that goofy guy Sid. Hey, I think he's out in that Portlandish area. Or, he does luxury. We do a lot of coastal luxury properties, and I win a lot of deals at these events with those. Tap into Revenos. Did you know that we have a whole division called Revenos that has, what is their mission? Their mission is to generate leads for us. They've got all kinds of like programs and national contracts that they've negotiated. Get on that list. I've got almost every certification that eXp offers, and I'm on all those lists. But you know what? 2 deals from that source. 2 deals from that source. 5 deals from that source. Those are the steps that got us to Icon. Ask for referrals. Ask other agents for referrals. We have a huge network. Tap into it and ask for referrals. Join the different lead pro platforms. They're all evolving right now and everything, but we did OpCity. OpCity really helped us in the beginning to kind of get leads. They're kind of getting kind of wonky right now, but tap into those referral type platforms, where they charge like 35%. And you think, oh, I don't make that much money. You're right, but you know what? I'm one more step towards Icon, and I am going to get Icon. I've done it 3 times now, and you know what? This year, I'm going to make it happen. So I want you to be a resource at eXp. I found that if I tap into eXp, the resources, get to know people, go to the events, let your leadership get to know you. That builds you up as a leader, but also I get referrals. People are like, oh yeah, I remember Sid. You know, that's what's helped us. I'm just kind of sharing some of the steps that we've done to actually get to Icon. I'm on the AAC here. In your state, you can volunteer and be on the AAC. You got to apply. It's a 2-year commitment, and that's eXp's Agent Advisory Council. And on that, they nominate only a certain number of agents. California has their agents. They probably have regions. We have like 1,200 agents in ours. And you know what? I get referrals from that because I'm volunteering. I'm helping. Here's another trick. Go to like those investor meetups. Any of those like investor meetup cocktail things or happy hours or just those opportunities. And you know why? There'll be a lot of nonsense people there, but also there'll be actual people that are doing things. And kind of here's my qualification. A lot of people say they're an investor. I screen them out. If you're not doing 4 deals a year, fixing and flipping, you're really not. Now, with that being said, I've helped a lot of people get there, but you're really not. But you can find in those groups, those networking groups, and just be a resource for them. Just be a resource for them. And you know what? After a while, they'll start getting a business. That's the other way we got to Icon. I've just got this regular investor that's fixing and flipping, 4 to 5 deals a year. Those are the steps that got us to Icon. And you know what? That's after you build that rapport, that's just all relationship. It's easy, and you're not paying referral fees. So you're actually making solid. It's just like, okay, got another one going. Also, relocation. eXp has a national relocation program. Are you in that program? Get there. Get there. The relocation, we get deals, and you know what? Treat those with a super high touch. If the relocation team likes you, they'll just bypass the system and call you directly. We give like 5-star white glove service to our relo clients. Even though, yes, they're taking 50, 55%, you might think, oh, that's a lot. But you know what? One more step to Icon. And you know what? Relocation people, they know people. And so even maybe on their relocation, we didn't get as much. When their mom and dad move into town, guess who's their buying agent, right? When their cousin or their brother or their sister moves into town, guess who they think of? Because you did such an outstanding job. Most of our business is referral, and we just do it by just treating people right. We are far from perfect, but we treat people right. But through that, that's how we get multiple deals, just by building it out. I want to challenge you. Is your business struggling right now? You're kind of slow and like, oh, nothing's happening. I want to be very transparent with you. I really feel like I'm not very good at open houses. I'm just not. Some people are. I'm not. But you know what I do? I do them, and I do them. And I want to challenge you. If you're stuck, keep doing them. You could partner with other agents and say, hey, I've got can I do open houses at your property more? Do yourself a challenge. Like do 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, 1 on Friday night, and a couple during week. Try to do like play a mental game. Try to like say, I'm going to do 7 open houses this week. Do twilight open houses just for 1 or 2 hours, 2 hours a pop. Keep your time slot to about 2 hours, but just do them over and over. And you know why? Because I've stood in luxury listings that are way beyond the price point in my neighborhood. And I'd met that $1 million buyer that had cash, guess where, from California. And I was able to sell them not only, I sold them a house down the street, and plus we sold our luxury listing to somebody else. So I want to encourage you, man, do open houses. If I can do them, you can do them, and you will get leads. That's where we would get a lot of sellers and buyers. At our open houses, we try to do such a great job because sellers lose the neighbors that come in, and they're like, wow, you guys present this way better than the other agents. Do you know how many agents in my area take photos of houses with their cell phone? And we come in there with our fancy photographer. We do drone photography on our listings. That's what set us apart. And so sellers, they prefer to use us because we're more professional. You got to look more professional. But trust me, sellers are like, it's like listings make babies. Listings make babies. I love listings. I'm just going to do listings all day long. You know why? Because the neighbors need to sell their house too. And you know what? You'll be standing at the open house of yours and you get another listing from another neighbor and you meet other buyers. Listings make babies. Some people disagree. It's like, hey, to me, listings make babies. And those babies don't have referral fees, right? And after you capped, you're making 20% more. Listings make babies. So we often will do a really nice open house. Like we make it fun. We bring in good food, not just the boring stuff. But you know what? All the neighbors come. We have a little bitty party at their house and we get deals from there. And while you're there, offer them a CMA, a personalized comparable market analysis. This is not that computer generated Zillow thing that, sometimes right, sometimes wrong. Did you know on Zillow for my house, they actually got the wrong house? It's actually a photo of a different house. But what I'll do is I will come in, then I'll do a personalized market analysis of what's recently sold, what's available now. And after I do just like a 10-minute walkthrough, I'll be able to give you a much more accurate picture on not knowing what your house is worth, but let's talk about what are you trying to achieve? Why are you even thinking about moving? Get to know them. That's how you earn the business. Your attitude, it's everything. It's everything in this business. If you're following all the news and all the crazy, interest rates are up, interest rates are down, interest rates are up, it's like, yeah, you know what? Attitude is everything. People will buy from you and work with you because you have the right attitude. For listing agents, they'll hire you because you have the right attitude. Build your life. Your attitude is everything. Don't let that mental stuff that says I'm not good enough. Don't let it stop you. Bust through those things. I just want to just be transparent. I had a wonderful family. My mom and dad meant well and they did well. I had to pay for everything myself. Nobody handed it to me. Nobody handed me college. I had to go fight and do all kinds of crazy side jobs. Matt knows that. In my grad school, I had to fight my way in. Number one, I wasn't paying for it. Number two, I was not the smartest guy for that grad school. I went to every single information session that graduate school had till the dean and then all the professors knew me by name every single time. You only need to go to one. I went to 5. And they're like, what are you doing here, Sid? Oh, I'm going to be applying, but I'd been a missionary in Africa for 5 years. I was a bit rusty on my GMAT stuff, I just kept going and being persistent. The door in life is not always the front door. I found there's lots of side doors in buildings. There's other access points. It's the same in this business. If you're following the market woes and highs and all that nonsense, no, there's always a side door to get in. You can become an icon. You can do it multiple times. If I can do it, trust me, you can do it. And I want to encourage you. It's really totally possible. And it's not just possible once or twice, but a couple times. You're worth it. You work for the best brokerage around. Don't tap into the resources that we have. Trust me, we doubled our business since we joined eXp. And Icon was impossible. So I just want to encourage you. You can do this. That's it, guys. Please, questions. I really just want the questions.
That was a good job, Sid.
That was good. That was good.
Anybody have any questions for Sid? All you guys are like 10, 20 time icons and you don't need to learn. You don't need no assistance.
Sid, quick
Hey,
question for you. When you go to these events and you're doing you're screening out your flippers and everything like that, do you sit down like what is your process? Is it just kind of from hearing them, or do you sit down and have a conversation with most people, or is it just at the events kind of you hear and you've done it long enough that you know what you're doing and kind of weeding them out
I
for
want to
the
make sure I'm
investor?
hearing you right. Can you kind of, are you talking about at the open house event that I do or at events?
At events, like you said, you're telling, hey, find a flipper, find investors. If you're going to these investment events where
Yes.
there's people that are there, and weeding out, because I know a lot of people that I work with as well are getting these WhatsApp things and all this stuff, and everybody says they're an investor and everything like that. So just kind of go over your process a little bit on weeding out, so that time is spent more effectively.
Yes, yes. Especially when you go to those events, everybody's an investor. That's what they say. A lot of them don't
Mm-hmm.
even have money. My when I scan a room on those events, I'll be honest with you, probably 80% of them are just wishful thinking. And you know what? This is America, so there's nothing wrong with that. But I go there and I just introduce myself and I just try to position myself as a resource at that event. Instead of you selling yourself, hey, let me know if you need any help. I have tools at my disposal to help you. If that can help you, be more than happy to use me as a resource. I work for the largest single brokerage in here in North America. We're doing 45,000 transactions a month. I have resources to help you if I could be of service.
I like
What
that 45,000 a month thing. That sounds pretty good. That's a
I
good.
and the reason I'm kind of emphasizing that is if you haven't done hardly anything, that's not true. Your brokerage has done 45,000 transactions.
well,
That's kind of the get in the door and then you can become icon, if that makes sense.
Well, I find that interesting. I think because I talk to a lot of newer agents as well, and everybody says, I haven't done anything yet. I haven't done this. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have the support. And I tell them, you have this team, you have all this stuff. But then hearing this coming from you, who's an icon, repeated icon, who's still using that, the people should not back away from that. I mean, it's a tool that you have in your belt. Use your resources. So when you have this team, you have this tool, when you have this company, that's part of why you should know the company and know what's going on with the company a little bit more and do some research in that. But knowing that you do that even just opens the door, so people should be more open to do it.
Yeah, because we're competing against teams that are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They do a great job. And it's just the Sid and Rebecca show here, right? So I'm pushing against those. That's why I want this talk today to be about, I'm not a mega team, but you can do it. And I just wanted to share some of the strategies that we use. That again, we don't do $10,000 a month in advertising. I got plenty of icon teams around here that are spending $10,000 a month on Zillow ads. We're not doing that.
Sid, how many eXp agents are in the Portland area?
I don't know about Portland because it's changing, but Oregon's about 1,200.
So do you utilize their numbers at all? Like how many transactions eXp in Oregon does? Do you use that number at all?
I personally don't because 45,000 transactions per month sounds really good.
Right.
And it's really true. And I really position it like, you know, by choosing to hire and partner with me, I have this access to 85,000 top tier agents that on average produce more than most solo agents. Our agents typically do about 2 to 3 times more transactions than the average agent. So we get the training and the resource. So with that being said, I have other agents that I can present your property to. We have a whole resource, a whole network of 85,000. And they're like, oh gosh, okay. I can't wait to start presenting your home to them once we just kind of get the paperwork stuff just kind of organized and everything like that. But I just can't wait to get started.
And at the open house, when you do the CMAs, are you at the open house with any of those CMAs already printed or generated, or do you just generate those if they show interest? In other words, the 10 homes immediately surrounding the open house, do you do any of those ahead of time?
I do not do the CMAs for houses around there unless I have an appointment, but I often find it effective at the open house to have 2 or 3 similar homes to the ones you're at now at the open house, because then I've often right after the meeting say, hey, I can show you this house. can you wait till after the open house? And they're like, yeah. And I've won deals by showing them another house right afterwards.
Right.
But yeah, so again, I often feel like I'm weaker at open houses, but you know what? I've also done millions of dollars from open houses. So, but I get frustrated. You know, there's often times I'm doing open house, nobody shows up. I'll spend a whole weekend. And I'm just like, why am I doing this? And then, you know, I get the $1 million walk-in client who's got cash, and you're like, hi, how are you?
I mean, it's just your business plan. You know, I mean, if your business plan is cold calling, every call you make doesn't turn into a deal. So if your business plan is open houses, everybody that comes through the door is not going to be a deal if anybody comes. But like you see, I think the one thing that in our business that people tend to forget or get lost in is that we don't need a lot to earn a lot. You know, I mean, when you look at what our average commissions are and things like that, depending upon what areas and stuff that you in and that you work out of. I mean, you can really provide for your family and yourself, and you don't have to do 300 deals a year. You know, you don't have to do as much. You can really work with more quality than quantity, and I think that sometimes that gets lost, you know, because that stuff's boring. Yeah, I talk to Solid. It's boring. It's boring, boring until we get a check. Check's really sexy. The rest of it
Yes.
is a little bit boring. You know, it's just the spinach, it's the push-ups, it's the all the stuff you have to do to get ready, and you know, so
You know, like my attitude on getting towards Icon is no deal is too small.
yeah,
It's like just another, sometimes we go for volume, you know, we consistently last couple of years we do about almost 50, some deals just over 50 deals a year, just under. And I'll be honest with you, some of them are like $150,000 manufactured homes
right,
that you're not making any money. But you know what? It's one more step to Icon.
right, right.
So
Yeah.
that's how I strip off the attitude. Now, with that being said, actually we're moving up market now. We're getting, like, I'm noticing the pattern, our price point for us is increasing. So we're not probably doing as many deals, but we're getting bigger deals. And those bigger deals are turning into babies. We just got like, I don't know, a couple $1 million in commercial property listings, you know, and it's just by being there for people. And we will beat out other agents, you know, and it's just, but just serve your clients well. You know, I don't come across as all salesy and stuff. Can I? Yes, but I don't. I try to try to serve your clients. I also fire my clients. Don't get commission breath. You know, just like, hey, we're not the right fit. Rebecca just walked away from a $1.7 million deal. And I was like, because they were just about ready to drive her nuts. And I was like, you know what? It's more important to, you know, enjoy what you're doing and enjoy the clients. Don't get commission breath. And but you know what? Through that, you get more referrals, is what I'm trying to get to.
I agree with
Yeah.
that. I definitely agree with that. You don't have to work with everybody. It's not like when you get your license, it doesn't say I have to work with everybody, even if they're an asshole. That's not on the license that you get. So no, you know, that's a quick way to burn out. And it's a quick way to lose. It's a quick way to miss out on someone that's more appreciative of your services and will look to refer you and will look to help you just because we're just sitting here, you got this one booty hole sucking up all of your time because you're concerned about, want about, or feel that you need that deal because Mr. Mortgage or Mr. Visa is due right now. And building your business you can't build your business that way, in my humblest of opinion, for a longer term, for a long haul. We can all do something for a short period of time. But can you imagine if you have like 10 deals going and 8 of them are like with assholes? Oh my gosh. Been there, done that. It's not a lot of fun.
Yes, yes.
Anybody
Yeah,
else have
Martha.
questions for Sid? Sid did get a great job. Anybody else? I know we're a little light on the call today, but
Well, Sid, since you're a team, have you tried just swapping, who's the lead person on a situation where personalities might clash with Rebecca, but maybe, you know,
Oh, absolutely. So, in all sales scenarios, you want to understand who your client is. You want to understand their personality, style, and so that way you kind of mirror their body language to try to do that. So, With that being said, there are some clients that I'm way better at than Rebecca. And then there's other clients that there's no way in the world they would hire me, but they love Rebecca. And so as a tight team, we always kind of mentally evaluate a client before we have the meeting to see who's going to go and or if both of us need to go.
But in that situation where you said you had to fire a client, so to speak, did you consider, well, why don't we just tag team? I'll work with that client, and then if it doesn't work for you,
Oh.
then you terminate the relationship.
For us, because we're a domestic team, but we like totally tag team together. Just the bottom line is you get paid to get the job done.
Yeah.
And so we also the hard part about being a team and also being a married, is, for me, marriage is more important than the business.
Sure, absolutely.
So I'd rather keep my marriage going and be right on my business decision. How's that?
Absolutely.
And if my wife is not happy with the client,
And you're not happy with the client.
and I'm not happy at night and in the morning and in between, and right?
Yes,
So
a
wisdom
wrap
would
with
say,
that.
you know what, just let that one go. If she's not feeling it, I'm not going to argue with her.
Sid, I wanted to.
It actually feels good to let go of the client too. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Michael.
No, you're to say. I just noticed. I mean, I noticed this for a lot of things and everything. I'm extremely high C, and I notice some of the people I deal with and everything like that. But one thing I noticed with you, I know that you're involved and you do a lot of research and get things done. But one of the things that you do that a lot of agents I think struggle with, and me included, is, you see something go, you do some research and you get into it, and then you start it. You figure it out as you go along. Not that you stop researching and you make sure that you know enough, but you don't let lack of knowledge or experience let you get into the business. So it's not like, hey, I need to have 100 CMAs. I need to know exactly everything about the houses. I know the general area. I know how to get a CMA. Let me go to this open house, and when people come, I work through and get the CMA for them. So I don't need to know every detail. Where I know sometimes that limits me, and sometimes I think other agents. So I just want to commend you on that, and think that's part of the reason that you're able to get forward as well, because you're doing rather than analyzing.
Yeah, when I'm doing the CMA, even when I'm presenting it to the client, I put a range in there that's pretty generous. I don't try to nail it down to the $1,000 or the 5,000. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, here's the thing. You want to ask, what are they trying to do? What are they trying to accomplish? Hey, if you could get
Right.
somebody closed in 15 days, are you willing to take a little bit less? Or no, you're not in a hurry? Or, you just got your job relocation and you got to be out of there in 45 days. These are all factors that affect that final, what do you need? Or do you need 30 days rent back? These are all things. But by doing it that way, number one is we don't negotiate on our commissions. Maybe every once in a while, but if I do like multiple deals, but we don't negotiate on our commissions, but they see the value in what we do. And that's why they hire us again and again. And that's how you get Dicon, is getting those repeat clients. That's what makes it easy, I'm just sharing from my heart there, but that's what helps us. So when I do CMAs, I'm not accurate. I'm not 100% perfect.
Yeah.
The CMA, the pricing's an art. It's not a science. The person buying the house might think that house is a work of art. It's all in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
I
Very
can't tell
true.
you how many times I'm showing a house. We've showed 10 houses and they walk into one, they're there 5 minutes. They're like, I'll take it. Like, we haven't seen the other rooms yet. That's okay.
All right. Or the
But I
one
just
you
want to
walk into,
encourage you
you're
guys.
like,
We have a
all
lot
right.
of resources here. Tap into them. Tap into all the different
Yeah.
programs. You guys know about the program we have with Chase Bank?
No. Can you highlight that?
Or Elton, do you know about it? I guess is just, or Michael?
I know about it. I
remember-
don't know it well enough to explain it. But yeah, I've
Yeah.
actually gotten a couple of referrals from Chase. They just didn't work out. I wasn't working the areas that they
Okay.
sent me the referrals in.
Yeah, that's one way that, because of eXp, like they have this national agreement with Chase Bank. When a person has their checking out at Chase, they go there and then they say, hey, I want to get a home loan. They go through their Chase loan officer, they get pre-approved, and they ask them the question, are you working with a realtor? If they're not, would you like us to refer you to one? Guess who gets that call? eXp. It's way cool. It's a great program. Not every client's the exact fit, but you think about it, they're a pre-approved client that has basically, it's a ticking time bomb. They got 30 days to be under contract because in their head, they're like, oh, I got to pull credit again. It's a great way. We do about nothing huge, but I'll bet you 3 or 4 deals a year from that.
No, it all adds up.
And
How
I
do
just,
you plug into that particular program? Do you have to get certified for anything? Do you sign up
there's a
somewhere?
basic certification they do. Is it Home Story or just honestly, I'm rusty on what the exact platform is that they have on that. But yeah, just go and ask them. Go to your expert care desk concierge, and they can just direct you instantly where to go. So yeah. So again,
That's it.
everybody can be an icon.
That same program, by the way, too. That although in our areas we're not experiencing them yet or much yet, but they do it the same way with REOs. You're on that list, and if Chase does have an REO coming up or they have something, they will notify you. They
Yeah.
will they will notify you, and the process is the same as Sid just mentioned. So when you can get on that Chase one, if you get on the Chase program, you can get on it for everything. You can get on it for possible listings, possible relocations, buyers, all that. And it's for some people like Sid, and it's getting them, they're doing 3, 4, 5 extra deals a year. That's like fantastic. And for others, it's not as much, but there may be a time that there's more deals that come from that. A lot of that stuff is seasonal, based upon what the market is doing, based upon those things. But you kind of already have to be in position for it to take advantage of it when the winds change. You got to be the one where it blows the stuff to. So particularly someone like yourself, Matt, that's newer and building your business. All those are really good resources to plug into, and they're good to make contacts with. Kind of like with Sid. Sid is a better networker and all that. We're at different points in our career, and that's those are great ways to really build your business up. Michael's the same way. A good connector. A good connector. Those things sometimes they don't seem like they matter right then, but like Sid is saying, hey, like in the march to icon and other things, it's the little steps. It's the little steps, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, and I know you know all that from your other businesses, man. But for other people that are on the call and may be feeling overwhelmed by some of this stuff, I mean, take Sid's advice. Just little bites of the apple, consistency, and before you know it, you'll be where you want to be.
Do you know
Yep.
the inner workings, Sid, in terms of like what increases your odds of getting 3 to 4 deals out of the 1,200 eXp realtors that are in your area? I mean, there might be.
I find that it's actually kind of funny. Like the relocation department, they will actually call us and they'll say, none of the other agents want this deal, and we're like shocked and like, yes, they take a high percentage, but my attitude is one
Oh,
more
I
to
see.
icon.
I see. So
So
it's perhaps the smaller commission that other agents don't jump at it.
yes,
I see. Okay. But I like your approach, even if it's a smaller amount, but if it's I mean, I used to have Elgin, you talked about an old business. I mean, I used to get trade show leads for home painting, those home shows in Los Angeles. And some people used to call me the home show guy because when I went on my estimates for those, I actually had a very high close rate. I closed like 60% of the leads that I got from those trade shows. But they were a little bit lower price point. But I'm like, yeah, but who cares? I mean, it always started my summer by getting, because I think those trade shows were always in April, and end of May is when I started my painting business. So yeah,
the other thing I wanted to, another like I call it, maybe we'll call this session steps to icon. Partner with another agent. We get other agents that are like, oh, I just didn't want to do it. I'll partner with you or I'll refer to you. And you might think, oh, maybe I'm not making as much. You're right. But you know what? We do a lot of co-listings with other agents that are just like, they just didn't want to do it. But again, that's another deal that is getting you towards that 20. So we'll do a lot of those deals where, again, I don't know why other agents, oh, I don't make as much and all that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But that's how we got to icon. And so we kind of just get that attitude.
Can you expand on that a little bit in terms of teaming up with other eXp agents? Are you reaching out to them? Have people knocked on your door saying, you know,
Is
I've got a
within the
lead for the
different
beach area?
networks, the different networks within eXp, they're always looking for referral partners. The other thing as well is maybe an agent that's like an hour or two away from you might not want to do, they'll get a lead for a listing. So I find that agents like to partner with us on that. It's just a bit out of their area. I go to every single eXp Christmas party. I'll drive 2 hours down the state of Oregon to a town I've never been to be at the local regional eXp. You know why? 6 months later, I get a phone call. Hey, Sid, I got this deal in Portland and I remember you from the party. Do you mind?
That's smart.
Work the system, work the room. When I'm at those events, I crash people's tables. I'm like, hey, how's it going? My name is Sid Smith and I'm crashing your party. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm here and I just want to introduce myself and
And
let
just
you
for those
know.
who don't know, Sid and I worked together for over 2 years, cubicle buddies, and I know he's telling the truth.
Yeah, we've we experienced that at one of our what convention was that we were at, Sid?
That
Oh
was
my
an
God.
eXp con in Vegas, I think.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. It was like, oh my
Okay.
God, who is this guy? And we had a great time, and that turned into a great friendship.
Yes.
It turned into like there's no way I'd refer anything to anybody up in that area other than Sid and Rebecca. And I don't remember folks sometimes, but I would remember Sid that, so no, he's great personality for it. Well, I don't know, Michael, unless you have anything else. Sid, do you have anything else? I know we're coming up on the 11 o'clock hour.
I think
Anybody
the
have
main thing,
anything?
just be yourself. God's created you as a unique individual. Just be you. Don't try to do the imposter syndrome. Be you. But you've got plenty of resource behind you. Position it and use it. And there's
Perfect.
no reason you can't become icon.
Perfect. Well, man, Sid, thank you again. We appreciate it. And I guess that we'll probably close out. We'll see you guys next week. And you guys have a good, productive week. Stay focused. And you know what? On your way to Icon.
Thanks.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you, Sid. It was really appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
Great presentation.